Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. News at 12.
In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay opened the Oh My God PALA seminar training series for librarians on March 25 at the Old Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Albay Session Hall. The activity gathered librarians and participants to strengthen their understanding of gender and development and its application in library programs and services. Discussions focused on preparing gender and development plans and budgets for libraries to ensure more inclusive and responsive services. GOD consultant Marlene C. Bolubar explained key steps in developing a gender and development plan, including assessing library needs, setting gender-responsive goals, and allocating at least 5% of funds for programs and monitoring implementation. The training is part of the province's observance of National Women's Month and followed by more specialized sessions. In other story, the province of Albay conducted the Local Council for the Protection of Children assessment for calendar year 2025, covering all 18 local government units on March 24 to 25 at the APSEMO Command Center. The activity evaluated local programs, policies, and initiatives that promote and protect the rights and welfare of children in communities. The Provincial Interagency Monitoring Task Force, chaired by the Department of the Interior and Local Government, facilitated the assessment in coordination with the Provincial Planning and Development Office, Department of Education, Provincial Health Office, and the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office. Officials said the assessment strengthens coordination among local government units and partner agencies in implementing child protection programs. The result will guide future policies and initiatives aimed at improving services and protection mechanism for children across the province. In other news, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Albay conducted an ocular inspection at Dr. Lorenzo P. Ziga Memorial District Hospital in Tabaco City on March 26 to assess the facility's condition and service needs. The activity was led by Vice Governor Farida S. Ko together with Committee on Health and Social Services Chairperson 1st District's Board Member Marian Caroline Siga So, 3rd District's Board Member Emmanuel Ribaya, and 2nd District's Board Member Melissa Abadeza Armidilla. Representatives from the Department of Health, Bicol, Albay Electric Cooperative, Albay Provincial Health Office, Provincial Engineer's Office, and the SPA Secretariat also joined the inspection. OIC Chief of Hospital Dr. Dominador A. Concepcion Jr. presented the current status of the hospital, including the availability of a new CT scan, existing medical services, and planned facility improvements. The inspection aims to help provincial officials identify programs and support needed to further improve the healthcare services for residents. In the national scene, House Committee hearings on impeachment complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte are expected to continue until May, according to San Juan Representative Isabel Maria Zamora. A group of lawyers has challenged the proceedings before the Supreme Court, although Duterte said she was not consulted about the move. The House Justice Committee has found two complaints sufficient in form and substance and is now conducting hearings to determine if there is probable cause to elevate the case to the full House. Duterte denied allegations of misusing confidential funds from the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education, as well as claims that she threatened President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and his family. Zamora said there is more evidence now compared to earlier complaints, while Duterte criticized the hearings as a fishing expedition and chose not to attend, though she may still participate through legal counsel. In other story, Executive Secretary Ralph Recto said the Philippines has enough energy supply due to cooperation between government and private companies, despite global oil disruptions caused by conflict in the Middle East. He added that new fuel shipments, including about 1 million barrels of diesel and 700,000 barrels of crude oil, along with steady coal imports and future output from Malampaya gas wells, will help secure the country's energy needs. Recto also said the government is supporting around 250,000 public transport drivers with fuel discounts and plans to extend aid to farmers and fishermen to prevent rising food prices. The administration of Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has enforced energy-saving measures in government offices and reduced non-essential activities, including scaling down events for the ASEAN Summit. Amid the crisis, businesses and local governments have offered help, such as delaying price increases and providing free rides, while authorities reported that hundreds of gas stations temporarily closed due to fuel shortages. In other news, the Social Security System SSS is considering a loan payment pause and a penalty condonation program to help members and employers facing financial strain. SSS President Robert Joseph De Claro said the agency is reviewing these measures to provide quick relief while ensuring the fund remains sustainable. The agency is also looking at extending payment deadlines and improving digital systems to make compliance easier and speed up the delivery of services. These plans come as the country deals with economic pressure caused by rising oil prices linked to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. And in the news outside the country, the Houthis in Yemen said they launched missiles toward Israel, marking their first reported attack since the Iran-linked conflict began, while Israel said it intercepted one missile, and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said military operations are expected to end within weeks. The group said it will continue its operation if what it declares as aggression continues, raising concerns about wider escalation in the region. The Houthis have demonstrated the ability to strike far beyond Yemen and have previously disrupted shipping in the Red Sea, including actions taken after the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack in Gaza. The war began after U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran on February 28 and has since spread across the Middle East, resulting in deaths and disruptions to energy supplies while also raising global economic concerns. In other story, Iran's Revolutionary Guard said it may respond against U.S.-affiliated universities in the Middle East following reports of strikes on Iranian university sites. In a statement reported by Iranian media, it said the United States should issue an official condemnation of the attacks by noon Monday, March 30, Tehran time. The statement advised staff, students, and residents near American university campuses in the region to maintain a safe distance of at least 1 kilometer. Separately, reports indicate that overnight strikes from Friday to Saturday caused damage in parts of Tehran, including a university in the northeast, without casualties. And finally, in the news outside the country with reference to the Philippines, Diplomatic talks between the Philippines and China resumed this week as both sides discussed South China Sea tensions and economic cooperation. A Philippine Foreign Affairs delegation met with Chinese officials in Guangzhou, China during back-to-back meetings. The Department of Foreign Affairs said the discussions were open and productive, covering political, security, and law enforcement issues. Manila raised concerns over incidents affecting Filipino fishers and patrols in the West Philippine Sea, saying these hinder safe and legal activities. Both sides agreed to continue dialogue and confidence-building steps, reaffirming international law, including UN Clause 1982 and the 2016 arbitral ruling, while exploring Coast Guard and energy cooperation. The talks also covered trade, agriculture, tourism, and regional stability, with the Philippines highlighting its role in ASEAN amid ongoing maritime tensions and encounters at sea. That's the news at 12, March 30, 2026. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news writers, Naomi Ruth Hernandez and LJ Lurejo. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. And our Provincial Information Officer, OIC Marty Gonzalez. And under the supervision of our Governor, Noel E. Ruzal, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing. Albay in my heart.